So here we are at Weeki Wachee Springs, and I must say it was the most gorgeous water I've ever seen in my life. And we are on our way to Weeki Wachee. Line that is incredibly long. Pretty crazy. Lots of lines. One line, two lines. Red line, blue line. Very important that we did not know that you will need to know is that as soon as they reach capacity, you cannot enter the park. And that was at like 10.
They said you had to get there before 7 on a weekend and before 10 on a weekday.
It was like an hour and a half of staying in this long ass line and no shade, absolutely zero. No water, no shade, just cooking in this long line. Sure brought, I don't know, sure brought the old people an umbrella.
Right.
Hello.
Thank you. Y'all enjoy.
Thank you.
Go get cool.
Yeah. So you want to go this way first? Guess we'll hit the water park. Like I said, gorgeous, just beautiful water. That is exactly my idea of paradise.
I think one of the reasons why it's so packed, other than the fact that it's just absolutely unlike anything we've ever seen before, is that it's so fairly priced. I mean, it's basically like a state park kind of thing. So I think their cost is just to keep the park operating.
Yeah.
They're not, I can't imagine they're making a profit. I mean, it was like $12 or $15 to get in.
Yeah.
And that's all day entry.
Yeah, and it was like a water park. It was great.
Yeah, it's a water park.
And you got a show, Mermaid show,
right.
And you got a boat ride.
Where else can you get a mermaid show?
Yeah, nowhere. That's where.
And as you see, a lot of people make like a big day of it. We've never been here before. These are probably regulars, but they bring like their big old 10 by 10 tents, which is a great idea.
If I lived near here, I would be here every weekend.
And they have season passes.
Yeah, I would be buying them.
Yeah. Can we just take a moment to admire that water back there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is beautiful.
Oh my God.
That is great.
And it was like sand when you walked in it.
Yeah, it was sand. You're in a big fish tank, basically.
It's crazy.
I gotta stop, calm down, and cool off. It's brisk. Oh. Yeah, very refreshing. Oh, gosh. First deep, then cold. They had single tubes, double tubes, triple tubes. We obviously got a double tube, as did everybody else. We kind of just hooked on, and that water was cold. It was just freezing. You got used to it, obviously, but it was cold.
It was a shock to the system when you get in.
Yeah.
And they also have lockers to rent to keep your valuables in.
Yeah, that was very convenient. job. What are we doing? I kind of broke the rules on the lazy river. You're not allowed to swim. You have to stay in your tube.
You also cannot bring your own tube. You have to pay them and rent their tube.
Yeah, it was like $5. It wasn't bad.
No.
But you go down once and you pretty much turn it and you keep it. But then you have to lug this big ass tube around the whole place. And yeah, we weren't doing that. Even saw a turtle while I was swimming down, breaking the law. He was so cool too. You must pay us money. Like I said, the water it's just gorgeous. It's just like the prettiest blue.
Oh my god.
Just the colors are amazing. And it was really weird because you're in this gorgeous water, yet like the shore is right next to it, and it's just like muddy, or not muddy, but it's like there's moss and seaweed. You're like, ew, that's kind of gross. But it was unique, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, so like we said, it's a natural lazy river, so it's not the lazy river you're used to. It's the most unlaziest of rivers.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
You don't really drift well, you just kind of drift into the banks.
Yeah, so you have to paddle a little bit.
Yeah, so what we ended up doing was making a little train so my aunt and uncle could just lay back in the center, and my mom did too. And then I was on the front, being the front motor. My dad dipped in the back, he was the back motor, and Brandon popped in and out underneath the water and got in trouble. But it was a blast.
They kept the boat running, and I did what I always do.
I wish it was longer because I could have just sat in there and motored along.
Yeah, it was really short. I could have been on that.
You kind of make like a little S curve and you're done.
Yeah. Pretty much over as soon as it begins, but I could have just swam in that water forever. They wouldn't let you go in the deep end. It was ridiculous. A fish has to swim. Helping.
Here he goes. The only person ever known to snorkel or swim with a visor. Only you.
It looked cool.
Looked cool until it kept popping off.
Only because you wouldn't let me have it.
Whoop, there he goes.
Oop, there you go.
Whoop, I'm gonna try it again. I confiscated it at that point.
Turtle.
Was it the same turtle that kept interrupting the Mermaid show, or you think they were calling?
I mean, we would never know. Sure.
True.
Motor.
There's the back motor. And the front motor. So the key to swimming and getting away with it is you have a paddler like me, and you don't jump over the side of your tube. You just disappear into the center and reappear up through the center.
Yes, you must
that
reappear.
You got away with.
You have to reappear.
When you just roll out of the side and make a big splash, then you get in trouble. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous you went down there because I didn't go underwater at all and see what it looked like, but that's really pretty.
And look,
should have switched ya.
Would have looked a shit ton better without, camera and everything. It was unreal. And it's just the whole sensation. I mean, you're down there, it's crystal clear, and you're like freezing. It's all of it. I mean, your head's freezing off, but it's like a refreshing freezing. And it's all the stimulation is just crazy. And then the sand feels so good on your feet. you look over there and you're like, I don't want to step over there, but this whole little walkway, it's all sand, so it's really nice.
Oh.
That was lazy part. It rained for like an hour, maybe even 2.
As soon as we got out of the lazy river, it just opened up and poured.
Yeah, we got our tubes, got in the lazy river, and it rained immediately when we got out. And it poured.
Oh my God,
just lightning, everything. And of course, since all the lightning and thunder, everybody wants to leave. And I'm like, no! Staying!
So this is the rain once it lightened up. Notice the flooding. I mean, it was just pouring. They did have a couple little snack shacks, so we did eat lunch, which worked out while it rained for a little bit. And then we just sat there and
watched it rain. Watched it flood the shelter that we were in.
Yeah, it was crazy. But they have decent prices, hamburgers, hot dogs, probably chicken sandwiches or something.
Decent prices for a
amusement park.
Theme park, yeah. And it quits in 2 hours, and then the rest of the day is gorgeous. We go on we do the Mermaid thing. We go on a boat tour, which takes us down the whole river, and we see tons of fish just on the boat, looking right down the water. Tons of fish, just tons. I guess that's a yes.
They had like an indoor restaurant, didn't they? And like almost like a dining hall where you could have like a wedding reception.
Yeah. Sure.
It was a big property.
Yeah.
They had a little amphitheater. They also had
some kind of show.
Yeah, I think they also had like an animal show back to the right of this, or I don't think this is where they had the animal show.
Yeah, they had like a little mini zoo.
Was that it?
Yeah, you could go and walk.
They also had some kids' playgrounds here and there to let the kids get some energy outside of the water.
They had peacocks everywhere.
Yeah, they had peacocks on this roof over here.
I know we've been seeing peacocks a lot lately.
Yeah.
Like
Appleton, and then at the Royal Caribbean
the
Resort,
Everglades.
The Everglades Park.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one other place too. You're right.
Like recently.
So this is where they have the Mermaid show. It is freezing in there when you get out of 70-degree water and you're soaked, and then you come into a place with air conditioning. I don't know whose bright idea that was, but they had the air conditioning just cranked.
Well,
so
it's hot in Florida.
But they should know you're coming in wet.
Maybe not.
So the Mermaid show was what, probably 20 minutes?
Sure.
And I think there was like 3 mermaids in the show, and they danced to some songs and drank a bottle of Coke underwater. It was really cute.
Swishy tail, pretty face, lots of charm, lots of grace. With the gals who sung the 1,000 ships, when they see us, sailors lose their grips. When they see the Weeki Wachee Mermaid, do the Weeki Wachee Mermaid flip. We're so glad you came to Weeki Wachee. We're so glad you made the trip. We're glad you came to Weeki Wachee to watch the Weeki Wachee Mermaid. Do the Weeki Wachee Mermaid flip.
And then afterwards they had one of the mermaids outside that the little kids could take pictures with her.
Yeah.
So this is where you have to get on the boat ride. Like we said, it's also included in the park. Almost had a throwdown with some people.
Yeah, their line system needs a little work. we almost had to get in a fight to get on to, because you have to wait like 30 minutes per, per session. So we were at one point next. And
we were the only people that didn't make it on the boat before, so we would have been first in line for the next boat. But then they didn't count off how many people they let in for the next round, and then I don't even know.
Yeah, then we went to the opposite side, not knowing that they weren't gonna block off the.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and then we ended up not getting on, and we almost didn't get on the next one either.
Yeah.
That is one of the bald cypress. Now this is one of our most photographed trees on the river here. Now this particular tree right here is roughly about a 150-year-old tree, believe it or not. I know it doesn't look a day over 30, does it? But these trees only grow about 12 inches in diameter every 100 years.
They give like history of the area and facts about the wildlife. You see like a couple different kinds of birds or cranes, and so they tell you about them. So it's a neat little tour.
Now that crazy looking bird over there on that log, that's called an anhinga, or as we call him, the kayak chaser. They don't like to have their picture taken with the kayakers too often.
It's a nice, peaceful 20-minute boat ride. You see the fish down there were pretty huge.
Yeah, and there's schools of them, tons. And you saw a bunch of birds, a lot of wildlife.
Also, you can kayak this area. They have a kayak rental place on the Weeki Wachee property.
I want to do that.
So that will be next time.
I want to do that so bad.
Yes.
Then you could just get out whenever you want. You can fish. You can do whatever.
I wonder if it's a protected land if you can
No,
fish
they
there.
said you could fish.
Really?
Yeah. They say people fish. Go bow fishing.
It's crazy.
That'd be sweet. That'd be easy to see stuff.
Look at all that fish.
I know. Oh, it made me so excited seeing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go. Oh, I could just do that. Screw everything else. Oh, I forgot my hat.
So before we leave, he talks me into getting into the ice cold water one last time, which I'm so glad we did. We actually hadn't been in here just to swim. We just did the lazy river the first time. So this was us getting in to swim, and then him and my dad went and jumped off the dock. And oh my God, was it cold! Especially after I'd just gotten all warm and toasty and dry. Clearly I didn't want to get in. Not so good at the whole Band-Aid thing in cold water. But once you get in, your body adjusts. Just like in the cenotes in Cozumel.
Are they waiting or what? I don't get it.
Right?
But yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, I love to go back there.
Something
I'll take anybody back there.
one of those places that I don't even know.
It's just special.
Yeah, special, pretty much.
Just, yeah, it's unique. Gorgeous.
I mean, we've been to a lot of different places, but I just think I don't even know what it is about this
Yeah.
place. It's just, I think it's special.
So definitely go there.
Good stuff.
Oh my God, it's so pretty. I'm glad my dad decided to get it. Didn't he say he was here as a kid?
I think he said something about Mermaid.
Yeah, I think he came here with his dad.
Definitely like somewhere where you'd like take your kids and they would remember that forever kind of thing?
You're right behind me.
Good stuff.
Like I said, gorgeous, just beautiful water. That is exactly my idea of paradise. If you've enjoyed this video, click subscribe or give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.